Hi, Underdrummer here. Today we're checking out Magic Duels. I got this on Steam, though I believe you can play it on other platforms. If you ever played Stainless Games' Duel of the Planeswalkers, this is its successor. This came out summer of 2015. I'm just now getting into some Steam games. I'm actually mostly a console player, but getting more and more into the PC lately. And played Magic the card game, the real card game, for quite a while. So I thought I would check out Magic Duels, and I enjoyed Stainless Games' Duels of the Planeswalkers on Xbox 360. I've played a little bit. Yes, the game has microtransactions, which really bothers some people. But the way I get around that is I just don't ever pay for anything. No matter how small it is, I don't ever let myself bring my credit card into the situation. I acquired this 135 completely free without paying any real money, just by doing things like basically side quests, I guess they're called. Here's my quests of the day. Your achievements, I guess. Trial of Solidarity. Ask, as a community, cast 500,000 white spells in ranked multiplayer games. Not 100% sure how this works. As a community, I guess everybody has to work together to try to achieve this. So it looks like they already have achieved it, 740,000 out of 500,000. But in one day and 16 hours, I guess we all get 60 coins. And then these are personalized quests down here. Champion of the Drowned Catacomb. Win 2 games in which you cast a blue or black spell. I have only built a red deck, and I've only played 2 rounds with my newly created red deck. I'll get to that in a second. It's got a neat little deck builder, much more advanced than Duels of the Planeswalkers. And here's a Beatdown. Deal 60 damage to your opponent in matched versus battles. I haven't played any real live opponents yet. Now I've unlocked some cards already. They do have booster packs in Magic Duels, and some of them you can of course purchase with the microtransactions, and others you unlock. So this shows all cards available to you if you can unlock them, pay for them. Here's the cards I own. Keep in mind, I've just started. This is pretty much all stock. I believe if I've unlocked anything, it would be red cards. As I mentioned, I've only built 1 red deck. Quite a few cards they give you to start off with, though, which is nice. Doing story mode will get you free booster packs, but you've got to pay per story. So Aether Revolt, say you want to do that, it says it's 150. Well, it's 150. This equals 150 here. 90, 120, and then another 30 is 150. So it says complete the Aether Revolt story, or buy 2 boosters from the store and unlock new cards for your starter box and new archetypes in the deck wizard. So you can unlock new cards and other bonuses by doing the storylines. Battle mode is all I've done. Solo battle, duel against the computer, basically, the AI opponents. But it's got the 2-headed giant, which is a neat variant where you play with a friend against 2 other people, but you have 1 life that you share. And versus battle, of course. So I'll show you my decks. This is all I've created. It's just a basic fire deck. You get to pick your avatar and your card sleeves. Of course, the basic card sleeve is free, and then after that, I'll show you here. They've got all these filters here in the deck builder. That's really neat. You can turn these filters on. You just want enchantments. Say you just want enchantments and you just want green lands. Apply. These are all considered green lands. They have green in them. It shows you up here what filters you have turned on. You can clear all filters. There's also keywords, creature types, mechanics, and you can search by sets as well. So I guess this is fairly new. These filters are fairly new. I thought it was pretty cool. You can look at your specific deck here. It gives you quite a bit of information. 32 red cards, 32 mountain cards, and 7 colorless cards. This is also new to Magic the Gathering if you've been away for a while. There's another mana called Wastes, and it's designated by this little diamond here. Also shows you how many creatures, and spells, and lands you have. You should try to make about a 60 card deck, but I was just messing around. I threw some stuff in there just to test it out, and it did pretty well. I've got quite a few small guys. I threw some artifacts in there for my Scrapyard Mongrel. You got to work with what you start with, so this guy was okay for what I was first given. As long as you control an artifact, he gets +2/+0 and has trample. That's one of the combos. I've got all 4 of these Traitorous Instincts. They've saved me a few times. And then with the artifacts, a little bit of an instant, a couple instants to help me out. And then this enchantment, Inferno Fist, which is pretty neat. I've never even heard of this card. Enchant creature you control gets +2/+0. Spend 1 mountain, sacrifice Inferno Fist. It deals 2 damage to target creature and player. So it's an enchantment with a built-in instant, which is really cool. And if my Flaring Flamekin is enchanted, he gets all this bonus stuff. +2/+2 has trample and another pump. So anyways, I just kind of threw that together. It doesn't look like I unlocked any new cards. I thought just winning a few rounds I had unlocked some new cards, and I thought those cards would be red since I'm playing with the red deck, but this is not exactly like Duels of the Planeswalkers. Here's Wastes, the new mana I had mentioned. And I guess this is, you can pay to get a virtual foil card, which to me is just stupid. I don't know why anyone would do that. But, you know, I guess somebody says, hey, I have cooler looking cards than you. Digital cards, they're not even real. I also have a few of these in my deck. Just kind of destroy the big creatures. But I did lose. Go back to... I didn't make any changes. It shows you also here just to kind of rate your deck. 2.5 on speed, 2 strength, or 1.5 strength. Almost 3 control, and synergy. Synergy is just the way all the cards work together. That enchantment that goes with the elemental, and the artifacts that go with the Scrapyard Mongrel. You can create new deck. This is for beginners. Deck Wizard, it'll help you. And if you've ever played Magic and made your own decks, you just want to go right to Deck Builder. The game does hold you by the hand, which is good for new players. It gets a little annoying if you know what you're doing with Magic the Gathering. But like I said, that's how I got all these coins, is going through their little tutorials. And let's do a solo battle here. I finished easy, and I finished medium, but I have not beat the guy on hard. Now, plus is they're giving me these coins if I win. So I want to try to win hard. I guess I could just keep doing these over and over, which is nice. You can accrue money that way. This is my only deck, so that's where you select your deck, and then this is to continue. So let's try hard. Hopefully I don't get my butt kicked here. This is a different enemy than I got last time I played. So I guess it's random. We play first. That's not a bad starting hand. I've only got 1 guy I can play on turn 1, but I've got 2 of... Oh, these are different. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about Bloodpire Elemental. If I sacrifice him, I can deal 4 damage to target creature. Can only do it as a sorcery, though. But he's another elemental, and he's not a bad 4/1. Would be better if he had haste. But like I said, you don't start off with the cream of the crop cards. On second thought, I think I want to trade this in. I got nothing to do on turn 2, and this deck is really kind of about speed. So let's draw a new hand. This could be dangerous. You get 1 free mulligan, and then after that you have to start drawing less cards each turn. Oh boy. Of course, that would happen. Well, we're gonna... We can't start with 1 land, so we're going to take the loss and have 6 cards. There we go. That's better. Still can't... Now I can't do anything on turn 1, but I do have an instant there. Okay, we're going to go with this. Looks like we play first. I've never played against this opponent yet, so I don't even know what color his deck is. Looks like it's red and white. They've got plenty of these dual lands, but this comes in tapped unless you control a mountain or plains. That's an expensive card in real life. Any of the lands that come in that have the unless condition in them, maybe they won't tap. They're quite expensive. $6-7 at least in real life for 1 cardboard card. A lot of the cheaper ones that produce 2 mana, they call them dual lands, they just automatically come in tapped. So, we got another bronze sable. That's my little artifact guy. It's not bad for an artifact card. Artifact creatures are usually really expensive, so a 2/1 for 2 is pretty good. That's quite the bargain. And we can play him here on turn 2, which we're going to do. Yeah, another dual land. Okay, so he's got blue in there too. Playing a tricolor deck. He's red, blue, and white. Island, plains, and mountains. More land. That's good. Playing another land, and he's got no creatures yet, so I think we're just going to play another bronze sable. Read the flavor text here to you. The champion stood alone between the horde of the returned and the shrine to Karametra, cutting down scores among hundreds. She would have been overcome if not for the aid of the temple guardians whom Karametra awakened. From the Theriad. Now we can attack with our bronze sable that we played last time. So it's got a neat button here, attack with all. I wish the Xbox would have had that instead of click, attack, click, attack. So attack with all that can attack. This guy has summoning sickness. And then confirm attack. So I'm not going to really teach you how to play Magic here. I assume if you're watching this, you know something about Magic the Gathering. But I just wanted to do this as part of my checking out series. I've only played it, like I said, for an hour. What is he playing? Battlefield Scavenger. That's a neat-ass picture, man. I like the art in the Amonkhet. It's all Egyptian and stuff, obviously. Jackal Rogue. You may exert Battlefield Scavenger as it attacks. Exert is another thing in Amonkhet. Whenever you exert a creature, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So he must have a discard deck. Or he wants to discard. Oh, it looks like exerting it makes it not untap. So there is a cost for that. Well, that's neat. That's a neat mechanic that I had never played with before. Okay, continue. I saw your guy. So I think this is the first time I can say I've seen an entire new block, or part of a block, in digital form. All the times before, I'm usually going and picking up a fat pack or a couple boosters, and I learn the cards that way. So it is neat to see the cards in digital form. And I haven't looked at the prices. Maybe the prices are fair, but I just could never make myself pay for digital cards. You know, you can't feel them, you can't touch them. You can it's just code. All right, so should we kill? We can kill his Battlefield Scavenger with our get over there, Twin Bolt. This is a neat spell. It should only be 1, but Twin Bolt deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures or players. We could kill this guy. We could kill his Battlefield Scavenger. But I don't really see a threat here yet. He's a 2, and I've got 2, 2, 1. So we'll hold on to that for now. As you know, you can play an instant anytime you want. That's why it's red. Yeah, let's attack with 1 and see if he blocks. I don't think he will. Actually, yeah. I don't think... Oh, he has. So he does want to... He doesn't care if he loses that guy. So he's not attacking. He is blocking. So he can't do the exert. I guess he figures getting rid of my Bronze Sable is worth it. So we're trading creatures at this point. Which is okay with me because I'm still 1 creature up. Nope, continue. Sorry. More land. Haven't seen anything blue come out of his deck yet. Ooh. Enigma Drake. That's a neat looking card too. I always like the blue and red. How they've got the red on the outside. How it goes around the border here for the dual cards. Flying. Its power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, which is 0 right now. But that's a neat card for the low cost. Colorless, 1 island and 1 mountain. Wow. Okay. It's got a large toughness as well, so I can't deal with it right away. Creatures with flying can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. We know this, so a lot of times these tips pop up. That's what I meant by annoying. If you're a seasoned Magic player, this can be annoying. It's good for beginners, and like I said, you can earn coins by doing little tutorials, but I'm going to say don't show that again. Okay, we're just drawing land here, which I guess is okay. 1 more and we can destroy one of his lands and deal 13 damage to a creature. You can see it's flying, it's hovering above the playfield there. That's neat. Alright, continue. And we won't attack with the Bronze Sable because he'll just block with the... well, you know, if he does block, we can kill that thing and not lose a creature. So let's... Why can't I attack? Oh, there we go. Attack. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if he does block. I don't think he will. Oh, he fell into our trap. So we need to pause the timer. Cast Twin Bolts. Hello. Casting you. And target him twice. That should be enough to kill it. 2 from a Bronze Sable and 2 from Twin Bolt. Then we got rid of his Aether Dragon? Enigma Drake. Now he drew another land, red-white land. He's going to play something big here, probably. Emberhorn Minotaur. You may exert Emberhorn Minotaur as it attacks. When you do, it gets +1/+1 and gains Menace. Okay, I'm not sure what Menace is. Let's find out. A creature with Menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Okay. It requires multiple blockers. That's a new mechanic that I had not heard of. That Menace must be new to Amonkhet. For 3. Stronger than our little Bronze Sable, but we just drew a Scrapyard Mongrel, which gets a +2/+0 and has trample if there's an artifact. Trespassers are welcome to try. You're welcome. Welcome to try. Okay, so let's play our land. And then if we play this Scrapyard Mongrel, we can't play Into the Maw of Hell. How worried are we about this Emberhorn Minotaur? Well, I don't want it killing my creatures. So, should we gamble? Well, if we play our Scrapyard Mongrel, he'll be a 5/3 versus a 4/3. But we won't be able to attack right away. Though when the Emberhorn Minotaur attacks, he can basically boost it to a 5/4 until the end of turn. So these two will kill each other. I think I'm going to take it out, destroy one of his lands, and attack with my Bronze Sable. Choose a land to destroy. What's going to hurt him the most? Can I scroll through the lands here? That's his red-white. Red-white. He's got several of those. Is this the best way to do this? Blue-red. Blue-red. Okay, it seems to be... doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of this. He gets either blue or red. See, this just enters the battlefield tapped. Like I was saying before, this would be a cheaper card in real life. It doesn't have the unless condition. Oh, I don't know. What should we destroy? Let's destroy one of his reds. You know, blue is control, and that can actually hurt this deck. So let's destroy a blue land. And choose a creature to deal 13 damage to, right here. Now this is overkill, big time. Hopefully he doesn't have any larger creatures than that, because I only have one other into the Maw of Hell. And let's attack. Little bronze sables nipping at his heels. Slow going. Glacial Fortress, I've seen that. That's a good card. That's an $8, $9 card. Comes in tapped unless you control our plains or an island. Ret Crop Spearmaster. You may exert it as it attacks. It gets +1/+0 and gains first strike. Wow. So it would be a 4/1 with first strike. First strike can be mean, especially if you've got a big front end. If you've got a lot of power. I'll show you first strike. Attacking and blocking creatures that have first strike and double strike deal damage before the other creatures. Oh, look, I can play the skill quest. I'm not sure if I've already done it. Let's do this. I'll show you how these work. It kind of interrupts things because it's in the middle of your game, but I believe I'll get 10 coins for this. And what better way to explain first strike to you, unless you already know what first strike is. Sit back and just enjoy the graphics. Normally, all attacking and blocking creatures deal damage at the same time, but a creature with first strike deals its damage first. In this skill quest, withstand your opponent's assault and attack on your turn to seal your victory. So we've got target creature gains +1 and gains first strike until the end of turn. That's a neat instant called Kindled Fury. So we must survive. The opponent is going here. He's attacking me with his Juggernaut. It attacks each turn if able, and it can't be blocked by walls. It's a 5/3 artifact creature. Now I need to declare blockers. So you can see its power is 5, its toughness is 3. So I already know what they want me to do here. They want me to block with my Elvish Warrior. Normally this would kill the Elvish Warrior. I'd still be alive. And his card would still be alive. We need to kill his Juggernaut. So we're going to block with the Elvish Warrior and defend. And cast the Kindled Fury instant onto our Elvish Warrior, which will make it a 3/3 with first strike, which means we will attack first. So we are blocking that guy. Confirm block. Stop timer. Cast Kindled Fury on Elvish Warrior. I should make him a 3/3 with first strike. We attack first, kill the Juggernaut, slash, and win the game. I've got the combat animations turned on there. It always gives me a land in these tutorials that you don't need. Okay, we need to attack first. Here we go. So we did the little tutorial, the first strike tutorial. And like I said, these are good if you're learning. And if you're not, you do get some coins for them.
Well done.
15 coins, wow. First strike is advantageous on both offense and defense. That's true. And then it goes back to the kind of a tutorial on the fly, which is neat. I'm getting a little worried here. We're running out of cards. What was I doing? Oh yeah, okay. Go ahead, we'll sell your card. And that's a problem with this deck that I just kind of threw together. Some of the most basic cards is I don't have a lot of strong creatures, and I often run out of cards because it's kind of a trade-off. If you want your deck fast, you're not going to have a lot of cards in your hand. We got our enchantment, which is nice. And we can play our Scrapyard Mongrel. He does have white in his deck, so he probably can destroy enchantments. What does this guy do again? 3-1. Oh yeah, that's right. First strike. I don't like that at all. But if we just bashed each other back and forth, we would end up winning. We're 4 points ahead. He's 16, we're 20. So let's play our Scrapyard Mongrel. Okay, Trample Tip. Trample just means if there's any leftover damage, like if my 5-3 attacked and he blocked with his 3-1, any leftover damage, 5 minus 1, would go right to the player. So the player, his creature would die and the player would still take 4 damage. In this case, that won't happen because he can give this thing first strike, which means he'll kill me, my Scrapyard Mongrel, before I can attack and deal damage, deal trample damage. So should we put Iron Fist on our Bronze Sable? I think so. He gets +2, +0. So it'll be a 4-1. Well, then we attack. Okay, only when he attacks can he do first strike. That's good to know. I'm still learning some of the new mechanics here in Amonkhet. So I think we are going to do this and attack. And he may block, but I would rather have that guy gone. And then our Scrapyard Mongrel will go back to a 3-1 again. Let's take a risk. He probably will block, but I'll have, again, a guy up on him. Oh, he is. Oh, boy. He cast an instant. You know what instants are. That's what I did with my Twin Bolt. Don't show this again. I haven't seen this yet. Well, these people are freaky. Look at them. Like mummies. They're wrapped up. Dejiru's Resolve. You should resolve to get a new name. That's hard to pronounce. Dejiru. You sound like you're drunk. Dejiru. I guess we'll just take the D off. Jiru. Jiru's Resolve. Why does that make me sound like I'm drunk? Dejiru's Resolve. Untap target creature. Prevent all damage that will be dealt to it this turn. So he successfully blocked. Because once you declare a blocker, it's blocked forever no matter what. And now he's untapping. Well, what is he doing? Oh, he's just untapping anything. He's going to probably untap my Bronze Sable and then prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn. I've seen cards that prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn that only cost 1, like Fog and stuff. But they don't have untapped target creature, which is kind of nice. And they don't have cycling. So that's pretty powerful. I like that card. So I don't think anything's going to happen here. Oh, I see what he did. Wow. Wow, I just got screwed. Now he's going to tie things up here unless I block. But he has first strike, so it would be a bad idea to block. I'd be creatureless after that. So we're going to have to take 4 damage to the face, which is never a fun thing. And a dramatic turn of events here. Oh boy, this looks powerful. Heart Piercer Manticore. Neat picture. That's probably the coolest rendition of a Manticore I've seen. When Heart Piercer Manticore enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, this card deals damage equal to that creature's power to target creature or player. And then we have Embalm here. So it's kind of an instant here, too, on top of it. Kind of a sorcery spell or a damage spell. 6. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a white zombie manticore with no mana cost. Wow, Embalm is pretty neat. So from your graveyard, you exile the creature card, and then create a copy of it, but it's a mummy, so you're basically bringing back a mummy. That's neat. This thing only costs 4? Wow, I'd like this for my deck, please. My red deck. Well, that is further bad news for us. No, he did. He sacrificed his, I'm still learning the names here, Ret Crop Spearmaster, and targeted our Scrapyard Mongrel, leaving us creatureless anyway, so maybe I just should have blocked. Well, then he wouldn't have targeted my guy, but he can target me too, right? Yeah, creature or player, wow. Okay, get our Bottle Gnomes out there for some protection, but I think we're going to take 4 damage next turn. Continue. And continue. This is not going well. Oh, there's his dragon again. Drake. And he does have 1 sorcery card in his graveyard now, so now it comes out a 1/4. That's another neat card. Good for that deck. That's why it's in there. And we can't do anything about that. It's flying. So we couldn't even block it if we wanted to. Skip blocking. And this should go quickly now. A Traitorous Instinct would really help. Whoa. Here's one of the foil cards, so you can pay to get your card to look like that. Drake Haven. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. That's powerful, and we have no way to deal with. Red has no way literally to deal with enchantments. That's just part of Magic 101. So that enchantment's going to live there forever. Hopefully he doesn't cycle. Cycling's a big thing in Amonkhet too. Well, anything but a land would have helped us here. And we're just going to continue to take 5 damage, so we'll be dead in 3 turns. Actually, we can sacrifice these gnomes and gain 3 life, but there's no point in doing that now. We need a Traitorous Instinct to take over one of his oops, skip attack. To take over one of his creatures. It's just for 1 turn, but it would help us turn things around. I hit continue. Still getting the hang of the controls as well. You'll have to forgive me. Gustwalker. Human Wizard. It's a neat picture as well. You may exert Gustwalker as it attacks. It gets +1/+1 and gains flying. I'm never unarmed. This has gone from bad to worse. Not a pretty thing. We know all about flying creatures. And we have to take it in the face. Again, another 5. 2 more turns and we'll be dead. Unless something turns around here in our favor. Doesn't look like it's going to. Actually, 3 turns we're going to die. We could stop this 2/2. Unless he gives it flying, which of course he would. So I think we can last this turn. And that's it. And then it's going to be too late by then. Oh, there he goes. He's attacking us for 4, so we can survive. Another blue-red land. Well, we finally got a creature, but like I said, it's too little, too late. A little goblin arsonist is not going to save us. I believe we're dead this round. He'll attack with a 1/4 and a 2/2. Maybe our bottle gnomes can save us for 1 more round. Hang on as long as we can. Never give up. Never surrender. What is he doing to us here? Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. Did he cycle this? He must have cycled this. Oh yeah, here's his Drake. No, it's getting ready to put out a 2/2. Continue. Oh, he put that in his... I see, he put that in his graveyard. He cycled it, put it in his graveyard, and so Enigma Drake gets another power up front. He may be boosting it again. What is he doing? Oh, he's going to leave me with 1 life. And we get a land. How often does that happen, huh? Far too often. So, we'll let him kill us here. I don't see any way to quit the duel. Continue. No, we're not going to be attacking. Come at me. Come at me. Trial of Solidarity. When Trial of Solidarity enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +2/+1 and gain vigilance until the end of turn. Wow. When a cartouche enters the battlefield, I don't even know what that is. Under your control, return Trial of Solidarity to its owner's hand. Huh. Wonder what a cartouche is. Man, I don't think we'll be alive long enough to find out. Everybody got +2/+1 and vigilance. That's like a white trample. Pretty mean. There is no stopping this tide here. Can we block any of these guys? Stop him. And sacrifice. Nope, I don't want him to be a blocker. I want to sacrifice him. I have to confirm blocking first. And then pause the timer. Then gain 3 life. But I don't believe it's going to be enough. Far too little. Dead. So that's solo mode there. You can view the battlefield, which is nice. So if I can pull that off, I can earn 15 gold. And I could consistently win at medium probably and just keep building up my money to play in story mode, which is neat. Amonkhet cost me 150. Complete the Amonkhet story to unlock new cards for your starter box. So you can unlock new cards, as I mentioned, by completing the story modes. And you can play in windowed mode, which is nice. Anyways, it's a neat little game, and it's free to play. As I mentioned, I'm playing it on Steam, but I believe it's available for other platforms as well. Thanks for checking this out with me. You've been hanging out with Thunderdrummer, the man who has never ever made a Minecraft video. Have a good one.